Okay. No intro song for this. Because we just gotta get in there. But first of all, I talk. And this time my title was short enough. I got to put watch along. Commentary. So if you don't like talking, I'm not for you. But we watched day one a few days ago during this week, and we were not ready. Well, some had already watched the testimony, but I was not really ready. Basically, I think she's the first trial that I've watched, and I'm not on the alleged victim side. I acknowledge some things happened, but I think this was a toxic couple. And I've so far, this will be my first time that I can recall that I am not feeling the victim. And if you've watched day one, I feel like you can understand where I'm coming from. I don't like this man. He's not a saint to me. I don't know this man. She was that bad on the stand, and it sounded like some things about it was muddy. It was a little bit of sexual relationship going on there, and he fired her and didn't take her to Miami for Art Basel and all that stuff. But she was still good till he fired her. But I do think they had a toxic relationship or something like that. I don't know. But we're about to go to day two. I will be talking. Especially if some fun stuff comes up. I'm telling you now, because this defense lawyer, she's been showing out. All right, so we're gonna start. Now I'm gonna skip ahead.
Morning, this honorable court is now in session. You may be seated.
Morning, Your Honor. Back on the record on the matter of the Commonwealth versus Stefon Diggs.
All right, good morning. Could I see counsel briefly at sidebar, please?
They already going to sidebar. She caused a lot of sidebars too. The alleged victim did. Mila, is that her name? It was a lot. Okay, she's back on the stand.
Thank you all very much. All right, with that, I think we're ready to proceed. Commonwealth, is the witness available?
Yes, I believe we're in the cross.
We are.
You wouldn't be able to tell, but this woman right here, watch day one if you didn't watch day one of the trial. She knew how to get under skin.
Just reminder.
Morning. Just a reminder that you're still under oath.
Okay.
And Ms. Adams, again, as of the same as yesterday, if you could do your best to keep your voice up, that is appreciated.
Yes.
Thank you.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Adams, on January 1st, 2026, you sent Steph's girlfriend a text message that later appeared on TMZ's website, correct?
Yes.
And in that text message, you told Steph's girlfriend that you were so sorry, but you couldn't talk to her, right?
Yes.
And you told Steph's girlfriend in that text message, I didn't say that, especially in the way it was written.
Yes.
Right? And you were talking about the statement that you made to the Dedham police, right?
It was a voicemail, and I didn't listen. I read it, the transcript, so I didn't know her voice.
When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026.
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry.
I haven't finished my question. When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026, in a written text message, I didn't say that, you were referring to the statements that were reported in the press that you gave to the Dedham Police Department, correct?
I don't understand your question.
Did you or did you not write those words?
I don't understand your question. Without further explaining.
You can't testify under oath to this jury what you meant by the words you wrote to Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question without further explaining.
You also asked Steph's girlfriend to, quote, please call my mediator and she will answer everything you need to know, but only in person and confidentially. Right?
Yes,
Your mediator's name is Lynette Marie, right?
Lynette Marie.
Thank you. She's also known as Lynette Marie Turner.
I don't know.
You don't know your mediator's last name?
I don't know her. She's married. I don't know her exact last name.
Your mediator works for a company called LMT Global, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw Walkhouse's message. I'm trying to do the greetings in here. He said I was muted. It's okay. I'll just keep going. Y'all see what's happening, so I'm not even gonna repeat it. But sorry about being muted earlier.
That's her company.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
I'm showing you a corporate document from the state of Michigan. It is an amended annual report filed by LMT Global Corporation. Can you please read the name of the president of that company?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sidebar.
Another sidebar. All right, let's. That's a long sidebar.
May be seated.
Jurors, at this point, I just want to be clear on one point, all right? And it's the following. You may not consider anything you heard that was stricken from the record. When an answer is stricken from the record, it does not exist. And in determining what the facts are from this case, you're sworn to determine those facts solely and exclusively from the evidence presented, and you may not consider any answer that I have stricken. All right? All right, thank you.
Proceed, Your Honor.
You may proceed. Thank you, counsel.
My thing is, do they get notes on what was stricken from the record? Because the thing she said yesterday, my brain can't just let it go. So do they get like these were the things that were stricken from the record? Because how you supposed to remember what was good and what was bad from yesterday? And then it's crazy they wait till day 2 to remind them that they can't consider anything that's stricken from the record. I feel like I would say that in real time when the first thing got strike from the record. I would think.
Ms. Adams, 3 weeks ago, your lawyer demanded $5.5 million from Stefon Diggs, correct?
That is client lawyer privilege. I cannot speak on that.
No, I don't think so. I think once you make a formal demand, that's out there. That's not the personal discussion y'all had. Now, y'all might have had a discussion on, should I just go from 1 million? Should I take it down from 10 to 5? That's attorney-client privilege. But if you've already made the demand, it's out there now.
You believe that your lawyer's communications to Stefon Diggs are covered by your attorney-client privilege, ma'am?
I can't answer that question. I don't know the answer to that question.
You know that someone on your behalf has demanded $5.5 million from Stefon Diggs, don't you?
I have a workers' comp claim, and
Your
I have
Honor?
explored all civil options.
Ma'am,
I don't understand.
are
the
you
question,
able to
sorry.
answer
No.
that question?
No, I'm
Counsel,
not
restate
able
the
to.
question, please.
You know that someone on your behalf has demanded $5.5 million from Stefon Diggs.
Do you know that, Miss Adams?
No, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how to answer the question. I don't understand.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I just realized I can't wait to the closing argument of the defense. I forgot about that part. Oh my gosh. I wish, oh my gosh, we just gotta keep going. I can't even say what she's been doing. It's so much.
Your Honor, before we direct, may we be heard at sidebar?
Of course. Thank you.
Another sidebar. What is it when you ask for, is it to be sealed? You know, like how I'm sure Candy asked for her divorce stuff to be sealed. Is that what it's called, to be sealed, so the public can't see it? Because it's not even just the lawsuit that's public. If he is now given a memo about it, it's no longer attorney-client privilege that she asked him for $5.5 million. Like, once y'all aren't just talking on your own, you and your attorney or mediator or whatever, unless there's a some kind of judge's order or mediator's instruction, anything can be, it's out there now.
On cross, I believe there's some questions about the text messages leading up to the assault.
Yes.
Do you have still the binder in front of you?
Yes.
Do you mind opening to section 3 and to the pages ending in 114?
Okay.
Would you mind reading the text messages from page 114 to 117?
And I'm ruining that bitch life. The next.
I don't think you meant to say running. That might have been a typo. I think you meant I'm ruining.
Text message doesn't say anything. I won't be paying you shit.
And do you mind just saying who's saying what?
Okay, I said the first. And ruining that bitch life is what I said. Mr. Diggs said, I won't be paying you shit. Fuck, I look like paying you and paying another chef. Is you high, bitch? Who the fuck give you money for your business? Who the fuck gotta give you money for your business? I don't gotta do a motherfucking thing. And you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them to come take the money then. Fuck you talking about. I said, bet. Pussy. I said pussy. Show me I'm pussy. Will do.
That's all.
She forgot to say who said the last ones. So Stefon said, show me I'm P. And then she said, will do. Just so we keep it straight. Because she forgot to say who said what on that last part.
In your experience as a personal chef, is it common practice that when chefs get sent away, they get paid for the week that they get sent away?
Yes.
Objection, Your
Because
Honor.
that's the only job I have.
No. If you already had an agreement to be paid, because she said on day one, he was supposed to pay me for the season. Or she said, I normally get paid per season is what she said. She never said on day one, we had a formal agreement that I would get paid on my week off or whatever, because I get paid by the season, not by when I'm physically in the house or physically working there.
And I know on Cross it came out that you made a public statement where you said, I have never sought money to settle this case. When you said this case, was that referring to the criminal case? Or
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
Very briefly, Your Honor, if I may.
Go ahead.
That series of text messages that you just read, that was in response to you saying after you were fired by Mr. Diggs, you will be paying me out for the season and the money, I'm sorry, and this is on page 113 of Exhibit 3. You will be paying me out for the season and the money you said you would give me for my business. Wasted my fucking time being here because you got a fucking circus going on, right?
Yes.
So when he said he wouldn't be paying you, he was referring to your demand that after you leave your employment on December 2nd, he nonetheless continued to pay you $2,000 a week for the rest of the New England Patriots football season while you were not working for him, right?
That's not how it goes.
You will be paying me out for the season, right?
I was a contracted employee.
It's a yes or no question, ma'am.
I don't know how.
If contracted employee, what were the terms of your contract? Some stuff is so easily solved by the contract. What was the written agreement? Even if it was through text message, which is not very good, and sometimes oral contracts can be proven, what was actually formally agreed upon before you started working for him? And if it was modified, where's proof of the modification to the contract that y'all both bilaterally acknowledged or signed?
Answer that question. Sorry.
And before you said that, if you turn just one page back to page 112, what Mr. Diggs said to you that you were responding to was, I'm gonna leave you be. Thank you for cooking for me for this season. I appreciate you. Hate it even got to this. That's what you were responding to when you told him he would be paying you out for the season, right?
No, it's a full context of those messages.
Ma'am, was the message that came from Mr. Diggs that preceded your demand that you be paid out for the season? Thank you for cooking for me this season. I appreciate you. I'ma leave you be.
Can you say that again?
You can look right down there on page 112. I'ma leave you be.
What was your question?
I'm not finished. Thank you for cooking for me for this season. You can read along and correct me if I get it wrong.
Oh my God, this is how day one went. The defense attorney has no patience. I feel like they're each trying to get under each other's skin. The defense attorney was definitely getting under her skin on day one, but with good reason, because she couldn't handle the normal questions. Then like that, the words are in front of her, but she's like, I forgot what you said. Where's the question in this? And it's a lot of contention.
I appreciate you. Hate it even got like this. Right?
That's what it says, yes.
Okay. And you were really hoping that Mr. Diggs would give you some money so you could open your own restaurant, weren't you?
Objection.
That was our agreement.
That was what you wanted him to give you, right?
That was an agreement.
Ma'am, is this a contract suit?
Objection.
This is an assault.
That objection is sustained. Witness.
Ooh, that's probably one of the first ones the defense didn't win on the objection. Is this a contract suit? Okay, so Ace Moonshot, you are totally correct. I was asking that when we were watching day one. I'm like, and some of y'all pointed out she's an independent contractor. I'm like, okay, so how is she suing for workman's comp? Aren't you supposed to have insurance for workman's comp? So if something happens to you, you're covered because you're not a traditional employee. I just didn't understand how she was demanding $5.5 million for workman's comp when she has to get her own workman's comp, and then you just probably have to prove your injuries or whatever, and then they pay out because you were paying towards it. That's what I kept. And like somebody said, their house had insurance if someone got hurt repairing their house and stuff like that. But I'm like, so it does always go back to insurance coverage, not suing the person.
Doesn't have to answer.
Withdrawn, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, and let me clarify. This is the criminal trial, but they are bringing up her civil stuff into the criminal trial.
There's no question in front of the witness.
You wanted him to pay you to open your own restaurant, right?
I want him to pay me past wages.
Okay. Just one moment, Your Honor, please.
Day one, they did prove that he pretty much zeroed out his balance that he had with her, plus maybe paid her extra just to leave him alone. So I don't think he owes her any more money. I'm pretty sure we were adding it up. We did the math on the first day.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else?
No redirect, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
Commonwealth calls Kenneth Ellis of the Dedham Police.
All right. Wonder who else the witnesses are going to be, because they did mention multiple witnesses. While Kyle said trending, we also said in day one was that it differs from state to state. We did, because California has some very liberal rules, but it still wasn't about suing the person to get it. It was like California automatically covered some people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the act of suing. But you can probably get workman's comp in different ways, state to state. But I thought we agreed suing for workman's comp didn't make sense in her case. Plus, the injury was personal. It's not like she tripped down a flight of stairs. I don't know. Maybe there could be a term in there if your employer actually does hurt you. You might, there might be a clause in there that still falls under workman's comp. I'm waiting to see who else they calling, but let me skip ahead. Oh, here we go. He coming. I don't want to skip. It's too much. It's too little to try to skip this part. He had receipts. She didn't. Her injury was from the alleged assault, but to me, it's looking more like she was the aggressor. On this one, that's where I am. First one for me that I can remember where the alleged victim is not making sense to me. It's not, especially because she is a prior domestic violence victim per her. And the one thing you learn if you are a domestic violence victim and you find yourself in that again, take pictures immediately of your injuries. And she did not take not one picture when she says what happened. That was another thing. Now, that's one of many factors. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but it's just one of many things.
Watch your step. You're going to remain standing and face the court. Thank you.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. You can sit again. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, proceed.
Go right ahead. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, it's Kenneth Ellis, Ellis.
And what do you do for a living?
Dedham police officer.
And how long have you been an officer at the Dedham Police?
18 years.
And what's your rank?
Patrolman.
And prior to being an officer at Dedham, did you go anywhere else? Were you an officer anywhere else?
I was not.
So prior to being an officer at Dedham Police, did you go through any sort of special training or academy?
I did. I went through a police academy in Randolph.
And how long was that? What did you do in the police academy?
I was about 25 weeks, I believe.
And
Everything from law, different aspects of the law, criminal law, constitutional law, motor vehicle. We had emergency vehicle operation, firearms, report writing, first aid, things like that.
Turning your attention now to December 16th, 2025. Do you recall if you were working that day?
I was.
And do you know what shift?
I was working the day shift, 8 to 4.
And were you out on duty, patrol? What were you doing?
I was assigned to the front desk.
Okay. So when an officer is assigned to the front desk, what are their duties?
Basically just any walk-ins, Sometimes we have the business phone rings, the non-emergency line.
When you say walk-ins, is that just someone literally
Yeah,
walking
anyone
into the
can
building?
walk. People, ranging from, oh, may I use the restroom, or I'd like to make a report. Anything. Yeah, anytime someone comes in, we greet them.
And during that day, did anyone come in?
Yes.
And do you know who that person would be?
We Mila Adams.
And when this person came in, you didn't know who that was at the time, right?
No.
And she came in. What, if any, observations did you make of her when she came in?
She sat down on the bench and she was crying.
All right. And did you approach her, or did you wait for her to approach you? How did that?
I actually went. Normally, I speak over the phone. There's a phone to talk to the people in the lobby.
Like behind glass?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like almost like a smoked glass. But because of her demeanor, I went out to speak to her in person.
And did she want to talk to you at first?
No, she did not.
And why?
She asked if there were any female officers working.
And what did you say?
I actually went back to the shift commander's office and I checked the scheduling sheets, and it appeared that there was not one until 4 p.m. that day.
So what did you do?
So I went back and I let her know, and I just told her that, she didn't feel comfortable giving me a statement towards anything, then that's okay. And, if she could come back at 4 o'clock. And then I went back to the desk, I believe, for a bit.
And then what happened?
Then she called me back over and said she would like to give me a statement.
And where did you talk?
So right after you enter the lobby area, there's double doors, and then to the right of the double doors, there's kind of like an interview room. So we do fingerprints for like civilian things, gun permits, things like that.
And what did you talk about?
So she just wanted to give me a statement without mentioning anyone involved.
So what do you mean she didn't want to mention anyone involved?
Well, she said, I would like to tell you something.
Sustain.
Okay. But eventually, did you come to learn the identity of the person that she was talking there
Yes,
about? And
I did.
who was that person?
She identified him as Stefon Diggs.
And how many times did you talk to Miss Adams?
Just that time in person, and then I believe there was multiple emails, and then it was probably 2 more times on the phone, maybe 3.
I want to draw your attention to the binder in front of you.
Sure.
Do you mind looking at that first, flip the page of that first one, that first tab? There's something in front of you. This is what was previously marked as Exhibit 1. Do you recognize what this is?
Yes, that was those were screenshots of text messages that she forwarded me.
So those are the messages that she provided to you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That one page, yes. At the conclusion of all your communications with her, what did you do?
So that day, you mean, or
Just at the, I guess, end of, would you call this an investigation? I don't know enough the police term for it.
yeah. So like once
Incident? I don't know.
at the end of it, which was about 10 days or so, maybe 8, 9, 10 days from the time that she originally reported it, I ended up filing a criminal complaint.
Against whom?
Mr. Diggs.
And for what?
Was assault and
Overruled.
assault and battery, and strangulation or suffocation.
All right. No further questions.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm going to start at the end there. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
You said you've been a Dedham police officer for 18 years?
Yes, sir.
You just told us a little bit about the investigation, I think is what the DA just described it as. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, essentially.
Yeah. And so that involved what you just said. You took a statement from Miss Adams. You exchanged emails. You got a couple phone calls from her, and then you got a voicemail from her asking you to go to court. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And so then that's what you did.
I did contact a phone number of Mr. Diggs twice, left voicemails, and was not able to speak to him.
That phone number, you don't know that that's his, correct? You didn't speak to anybody.
The one of them I did use the TLO service to confirm his name. It was a 240 exchange.
So I just want to be sure here, Officer Ellis. You called the phone number, correct?
Yes.
You didn't speak to anybody.
No, I did not.
You spoke on the phone to Miss Adams,
Correct.
correct? You spoke in person with Miss Adams on the 16th, right?
I believe it was the 16th, yes.
Right. You didn't speak to any other people, correct? That's the
No.
only human being you spoke to.
No, there was another attorney I spoke to, but I don't believe from your firm.
Okay, so some other attorney.
Yes.
All right. You didn't get any photographs, right?
No, there was none presented.
And there was none to take, right?
Not from me, no.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
when Miss Adams walked in and you observed her,
Yep.
you didn't see anything on her body that said, I should document that.
I did not, no.
And your job is to document what's important, right? And that's where you write a police report.
Yes,
And so about December 16th, you did write a police report, correct?
I did, sir.
And that was documenting the conversation that you had with Ms. Adams, right? And you said you've been a police officer for 18 years. I imagine you've written a lot of police reports.
I would say so.
Okay. And you've spoken to a lot of folks, correct?
Yes.
And you know that you write that report to record all of the important information that
Yes.
that person has,
Yes.
right? To document it.
Correct.
And that's what you did in this case, right?
To the best of my ability, yes.
Yes. And so when you spoke to her on December 16th, Miss Adams told you that there was a dispute over a text message with Mr. Diggs, correct?
Yes, the initial disagreement, I suppose.
Yeah, and
started
that the
over
disagreement
text
was,
messages.
was about money, right?
That's what I
That's
was
what she
told.
said.
Yes,
She said they were arguing about money over text messages,
correct.
right?
Correct.
And then he came into her room and this thing happened, correct?
That's what she told me. Yep.
Okay. And then after that, she left her position, right?
That's what, yeah, she said. Yep,
Meaning her job.
correct.
And then she told you she did go back to the house on December 9th to get her things, to get her belongings, correct? Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. And then the next thing she told you was that she, in that interim period, after she left her position, she went to New York City on December 2nd to be with friends, correct?
Yes,
And when she said that, those were her friends, right?
that's what I believed.
Right. You didn't think she was going to go see somebody else's friends,
No,
correct?
no.
Yes. And it'd be important to you to know if those were Stefon Diggs's friends, right?
I suppose.
That'd be important to your investigation,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Okay. And so another thing that was important, I think you already talked about, that was Exhibit 1. You got that right in front of you, correct?
Sure.
All right. And so Miss Adams had said there was an argument over text about money that ended in a physical altercation, correct?
Correct.
And you asked her for the text messages, right?
I believe she offered them, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes.
And you took them because
Yes.
accepting the text messages that led to physical altercation would be important, right?
And if you didn't catch day one, so she offered the text messages. They showed screenshots of the text messages with the police report, not the court, but like online. I've seen them. But she admitted she deleted some messages in between because she didn't want that to be held against her. So I'm sure she did willfully offer them because she'd already taken out what she thought nobody else could look up again. Yeah.
Correct.
You want to have that.
Right.
You want to document that.
Right.
All right. And so that's what that is. You received those from Miss Adams by email, correct?
Yes, I did.
And then you documented them, you saved them, and they're sitting right there in front of you right now for trial, correct? All right. And looking at those text messages, if somebody deleted messages from that before they ever sent it to you, that would be important for you to know, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
If those weren't complete,
Correct. It would,
you would want to know that.
I'd want the whole picture. Correct. Yeah.
Okay. If I may have one moment, Your Honor. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
No redirect, Commonwealth rests.
All right, thank you. may
Thank you.
step
To
down.
go to sidebar? or-
Yes, we see the side, don't you?
Another sidebar. All right, let's skip ahead. Oh, it's another witness coming like real fast. I thought he was, there you go.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I did.
I may proceed, Your Honor. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name for the jury?
Yes.
Before I go on, for those of y'all that already watched this, is this the defense's first witness? So not somebody the defense has had to cross. Is the defense right now questioning him? Because he did say Commonwealth rests, which I'm pretty sure that means they don't have any more witnesses, but I can't see who's asking him questions right now.
My name is Michael Perry, last name Perry.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I do digital forensics for a company called Level Blue.
Okay. And how long have you worked for that company in that role?
Essentially 15 years through a number of acquisitions. Level Blue recently acquired Strauss Friedberg, who I worked for a number of years.
All right. So you've been in your position for a number of years, essentially with the same company. The name has changed at the top of the header. Is that fair to say?
That is.
All right. Prior to that, what kind of experience did you have?
Your Honor, Commonwealth would stipulate that this witness's credentials.
All right, thank you. I'll
I'm
leave it
gonna
to your discretion.
Move along. Thank you. So just quickly, prior, what was your experience to working for the company that ended up becoming Level Blue?
I worked for Strauss Friedberg. Prior to that, Aon. Then Aon acquired Strauss Friedberg. Strauss Friedberg acquired Elysium Digital. So that was kind of the progression, but I held the same position.
Okay. And before that, did you work as an investigator of any kind?
I did. I worked for the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department as a digital evidence analyst.
How long did you do that?
It was about 5 years.
Okay. So my math is correct, you've been analyzing digital evidence for about 20 years then?
That's right.
And you have to undergo certain kinds of specialized training on how to do that?
Yes.
And I imagine if technology is developing, you have to kind of get retrained on that fairly often. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
Right. Do you have any experience in dealing with digital data with regard to iPhones?
I do.
All right. And can you just describe kind of when we're talking about digital data from a phone, what does that mean? What does that look like?
Digital data from a phone is, data stored on the phone is extracted out. So I have special tools, forensic tools that I use to connect to the phone, pull all the data that I can from it, and then I load it into some applications to look at the data and find out what data is stored there. And, I can put together reports of data that might be relevant to a case.
Okay. And so when you say data, what does that mean?
So for a phone, it would include the things that you would use your phone for. History of phone calls, text messages, pictures that you take with the phone, maybe some internet browsing.
Right. So when a user does all those things on a phone, is there kind of information recorded inside the phone tracking the user's movements?
It can. Yeah. Whatever the user does with the phone typically is stored on the phone.
Understood. I'm going to ask you to take a look at the binder in front of you, Mr. Perry. I'm going to ask you to turn to, I believe it's marked C.
Okay.
You see that front page there, it looks like it says Celebrate at the top right corner. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. What are we looking at there in Exhibit 3?
This is the first page of a report that I put together after preserving one of two of Mr. Diggs's phones. So this is the first page of one of those reports.
All right. And so the report you're talking about, fair to say that's a number of pages there in Exhibit 3, correct?
It is.
All right. And that contains data from the phone that you just mentioned from December 2nd. Is that fair to say?
That's correct.
I'm going to ask that you turn the page in Exhibit 3 to, there's a little number on the bottom right corner that says 113 on the right. It ends 113, I should say.
Okay.
All right, so I want to kind of direct your attention here to this two messages in the middle of the page. The first begins, you will be paying me out for the season and the money you said you would give me for my business, and continues. Do you see that kind of blue bubble that we're looking at there?
I do.
All right. What are we seeing on the page here of the report when you see the blue bubble on the left and the green bubble on the right?
So this is an exchange of messages from the two parties. And you might think like, oh, I know blue bubbles and green bubbles. That's familiar. Like blue bubble is an Apple iPhone and a green might be an Android. But in this case, it's just to distinguish between the two parties. So the color doesn't really mean much here in that both parties had iPhones. So these are all just iMessages. But it's the report is in conversation view. So it's meant to look like you're looking at a phone. And so, the owner of the phone, Mr. Diggs, is the messages on the right in green, and on the left, they're messages from Miss Adams and they're in blue.
Okay. And fair to say, in terms of Mr. Diggs and Miss Adams specifically, that those are, you don't know Miss Adams, correct?
I do not.
You're just going off of the contact information in the phone and the cellular phone number on the page?
That's correct.
Please turn to the next page, ending 114. So looking at this box on the top left corner of the box on the left, that page has a bubble that says, "in ruining that bitch life." Is that fair to say?
Yes.
All right. Up in the top left corner of that, there are two phone numbers. What are those two phone numbers? What's the significance of the data in the top left corner?
They're it's the contact information for both parties that are in this conversation. So you have a from number. The stored contact name is Mila Chef. And then you have the two, which is the owner of the phone who's receiving the message. That's the numbers in the top left.
Okay.
All right. We need the tedious information as well. He's not as exciting as when Mila was on the stand, but he has about 7 more minutes of testimony. Then I see them changing to the next witness.
And so would those be the two phones having the conversation in the iMessage chat?
Yes.
Kind of going down to the middle of the page, it indicates there's a time there that says 12/2/2025, 5:35:01 p.m. UTC +0. Can you explain what that means?
Yes, that's the time stamp when the message was read. And UTC is it's a universal time coordinated, which just means universal time, which is the time basically in London at the time. And it's kind of like a standard to base timestamps off of, where at the time of this message in December of 2025, we're not in daylight savings time, so our time zone is -5. So Eastern is -5 from that UTC time.
All right, so the UTC +0, you would need to subtract 5 to get to Eastern Standard?
That's correct.
All right, and so looking down at the bottom here of that same message, in the bottom right corner, it says 12/2/2025, 5:34, 43 seconds PM, UTC +0. What's that?
That's the time the message was delivered to the phone.
And when you say the phone, that would be the user's phone?
That would be the user's phone, Mr. Diggs's phone in this case.
And again, the same calculation would apply. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So that message was delivered to Mr. Diggs's phone at 12:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
That's correct.
Looking at this box, the kind of corner, the bottom right corner we just talked about, you said that's when it was delivered to the phone, the user's phone. Is there any way any other way, I should say, for one of these blue boxes, one of these messages to appear in an iMessage chat?
No, I mean, it's just sent from the user that's part of the conversation that we see here.
Okay. And so the user in the right on the green, is there any way that that person could create a message on the other side of the conversation?
No, a user is not able to insert a message into a conversation just on one side of, in their own phone.
So a user could insert messages into iMessage on their own side of the conversation, but not on the side of the person they're talking to.
They can only send the message. They can't go into a conversation and just put a message in there. It has to be sent in that two-way communication.
Conversely, if the user of an iPhone wanted to erase messages on their side of the iMessage chat, would that be possible?
Yes.
If just directing your attention to the bottom right of page 114, there's a green box on the right.
And that's obviously the core of what he really wanted to get to, because she did preemptively admit she deleted text messages before she gave them over to the police.
That's a message Mr. Diggs sent. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. If that message were deleted, would you be able to tell from the data that was extracted?
Possibly.
Okay.
And the reason why is that on an iPhone, if you delete a message, it actually gets retained for 30 days. So if you have an iPhone, you can go back and recover that message. Maybe if you deleted it by accident or something, you can recover it within 30 days. After 30 days, it's not recoverable.
All right. And so you could see the data for 30 days if a user deleted it, if you extracted their phone, correct?
Within that 30 days.
All right. How about if they deleted it and you just looked at the screen?
If they deleted it and you looked at the screen, no, you'd have to go to the menu and look at recently deleted.
Understood. If I may have one moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, Mr. Perry, to turn to Exhibit 4. That's marked D. And I only got a couple questions for you on this. So I'm going to ask you to turn to the page that is marked 182, bottom right corner.
Okay.
All right. And so fair to say there's a message there that in the bottom left corner says, reacted to, all good. I try not to make things bigger than what they are. You got your own life and things you deal with. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. So going to the time in the bottom right corner of that message, it says 12/11/2025, 8:37, 21 seconds AM, UTC -5. Can you explain what that means time-wise?
Yes. So this is UTC -5, which means it's Eastern time because it's in December. So it's Eastern time zone. And what that means is for this report, after I preserve the phone, I load it into the application, my forensic application, and it parses the data that I extracted from the phone, and it recognizes that it looks like this phone is in Eastern time zone. Would you like me to translate the timestamps into that? And for this one, I hit yes. And so it's giving us a timestamp that's translated to Eastern time where the phone was used. The other report, I must have hit no for that, and it was just UTC.
Okay. And so Exhibit 3, there is no conversion in the actual report. In Exhibit 4, there is for the time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Commonwealth, any questions?
Good morning.
Good morning.
For the Exhibit 3, this extraction, when did you perform this extraction?
This extraction was April 13th, I believe it was.
And Exhibit 4, when did you perform that extraction?
I believe that was the next day.
So is that these text messages were sent in December?
December 2025.
So the extraction report you did in April was beyond the 30 days, right?
That's correct.
So if someone had deleted messages from this, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Not from looking at this phone, no.
Nothing further.
That was a fair point because Mila said she deleted messages before she gave it to the cop. Prosecution asked, and then he said we can extract it back for up to 30 days when they think they deleted it, but it's still in the phone. Prosecution just said, okay, so but you didn't pull this stuff till April. That stuff happened in December. So are you saying you wouldn't be able to pull the messages because that's past 30 days? And he was like, or he said you wouldn't be able to see them if she deleted them past 30 days. And he said, that's correct. So that's interesting. I feel like this prosecution was just there. He couldn't do her any justice. She couldn't do herself justice though. But that was a good question just now. Okay. Let's go to, well, let's see what's happening.
Anything further? No. Thank you, sir. You missed it.
Next witness.
Watch your step. You're going to remain standing in the face of.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
You may sit or stand, whatever you feel.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Janelle Sales, Sales.
Where are you from?
Maryland.
What do you do for a living, Ms. Salas?
I am the chief of staff to Mr. Diggs.
You say Mr. Diggs, is that Stefon Diggs?
Correct.
How long have you been Mr. Diggs' chief of staff?
Since July 2023.
So is this the one that Mila was like, hey, did you change the code to my door? Anything, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember if there was a Janelle mentioned on day one, but is she the one that she says she basically kind of does everything?
What are your responsibilities? What do you do day to day as his chief of staff?
I manage all the moving parts. It also varies between during the season or off season, calendar management, vendor management, and I'm pretty much the liaison between his marketing and talent agency. If I need to speak to finance, anything that comes up with his agent, anything personal, family related.
Sounds like quite a bit there. Okay. You said it varies by whether it's in the off season or the season. What does that mean?
So during the season, the calendar is pretty much structured for about 20 weeks, depending how long it goes, from camp all the way until the end of the season. So there's a strict schedule day to day, pretty much from 7 to 6 p.m. And then off season, it varies between training, traveling, and other business commitments.
Okay. And so you've been saying season and off season. Fair to say Mr. Diggs is a professional football player?
Correct.
Right. And so that would be the football season?
Correct.
You said that in the off season, in the regular season, there is kind of schedules that you have to liaise with the team on, correct?
Correct.
Right. In the off season, it's more a schedule that you and Mr. Diggs can set then?
Correct.
When is the football season? What time of year?
Preseason, I would say July. So that's when we start preparing for camp. And then it starts, the actual NFL preseason is August. And then the official NFL season begins in September.
Okay. And when does it end?
If you go all the way through, January and February.
All right. So December is during the
season.
NFL season?
Regular season.
Regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Among the things I think you just mentioned that you have to kind of arrange is living arrangements, places to live.
Correct.
All right. And have you lived in different places, or have
Correct.
you helped kind of secure housing over different places?
Yes.
And where's that been the last few years?
When I first started with him, it was between Buffalo, Houston, Miami, and then as of the past season, Dedham, Massachusetts.
All right. How did that house in Dedham, Massachusetts come to be the place where Mr. Diggs lived?
I got connected with a realtor through a mutual business associate, and he found this open home for rent because the goal is to rent a home. And so they found this space, and we looked at it. We did the walkthrough, and it was pretty much the only one that was really available in the area because it was super limited, and it fit
Let
the
me
needs.
just stop you there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you were involved essentially in setting up that house?
Correct.
All right. I want to talk to you for a moment as well about other employees, contractors, those types of things.
Okay.
Are you involved at all in hiring or kind of arranging different services?
Yes.
Right. And so what would those be, generally speaking?
During the season, it would be his wellness and maintenance schedule. So it's massage therapists, nurses for his IV therapy, hair, nails, esthetician, just pretty much did regular maintenance on his body to just keep him going throughout the season.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. Okay, we definitely see. Thank you. This is the main person. I'm Queen Bee. I'm saying that too, like Ace Moonshot. Yeah. So Mila, this was not the person to cross while you was in that house. She does everything. She does everything. Now, I wonder, well, they're gonna probably ask her, did you hire Mila as a chef, or did Stefon bring her in? Because I think when Mila was first on the stand, she said that it started with a DM from him about her being a chef. Then they were friends for 3 years or whatever, and then she came in like the last few months, less than 12 months, to actually be his chef. And then they muddied those waters too, though. And she thought she was someone to him that she was not.
Okay. And in terms of any other employees, have you had to try to, arrange for flights,
Yes.
drivers?
Correct.
What about a chef?
This past one, we were just familiar. He was friends with her.
All right. Let me go back before. Have you hired chefs before in the
Correct.
past?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Yes.
In terms of just kind of the process of hiring drivers, chefs, masseuses, anybody else, is there a normal process for engaging someone for their services?
We vet them out. I typically have I ask someone that was already a trusted resource, and I vet them out through them. We get paperwork, we come to agreements to terms. Sometimes they have a contract, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have an NDA, sometimes they don't. It really is dependent on the relationship. And also, especially if they're new, they get the full-on package, basically. NDA,
All the paperwork you just
W-9,
described.
correct.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of onboarding normally. And for those that didn't know, she did not her, but Mila did not have to sign an NDA right when she started working for Stefon. That topic came up later. And through the text messages, it sounded like the NDA was about her talking to blogs about just his personal business. But Mila was making it like he wanted her to sign an NDA after he allegedly assaulted her. The responsibilities on her shoulders. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't want to say I never would, but I just hope as I go through anything that requires a formal process that I just use that and always have something in writing, have some type of contract, and I don't go off of, oh yeah, we're cool, so, or I trust them. Well, let's keep it to where we trust our memories on what we agreed on, and let's just write it down. That's what I hope, because I feel like there's people I would give leeway, but I hope I change my mind and then actually do this, because contracts keep friends. They maintain friendships a lot of times, because then y'all don't have any ambiguity on what was agreed on 3 years ago.
You mentioned you didn't have paperwork for the most recent chef. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
And What's that person's name?
Mila
Do you know Mila's last name?
Adams,
All right. When did Mila Adams start working as the chef?
July of 2025.
Where did she work?
In Dedham at the house.
All right. Did she live in the house as well?
Correct.
Who were the other people who spent time in that house and or lived in it?
Spent time in it. I spent time in it when I would visit for games. His brother visited, one of his childhood best friends, photographer, videographer, mom, and other business associates and any friends that would come and visit.
Okay. Were there kind of permanent or assigned bedrooms in that house?
There was a general understanding of whose room, who stayed in which room, and pretty much if you got there, it's like first come, first serve. So there was only just 2 assigned rooms.
All right. Did Mr. Diggs have an assigned room?
Correct, he did.
And where was that house?
It was the main primary bedroom. When you walk upstairs, there's the first immediate bedroom. There's a landing and a laundry room, and it's the first immediate bedroom to your right.
All right. You just walked us in the house there for a moment. Could you just describe what the layout of the downstairs looks like?
So generally, there's a big grand foyer. When you walk into the house from the front door, there's a formal living room. To the right, there is a office to the left. There, when you walk up, it's about 2 steps and you go up, there's a formal dining room on the right. And then you walk up, it's an open concept. So it's an open living room and an open kitchen to the front of you. To the left of that is the stairs going upstairs to the 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. And then there's a stairs that go downstairs, right underneath the stairs that go up to 2 bedrooms in the basement.
Okay. Did Miss Adams have a room in that house?
She did.
Where was that?
So when you walk upstairs to the landing part, to the second, to the 3rd floor, you walk up the second flight of stairs, which is about 4 or 5 steps. There's a bedroom to the right. And then there's 2 bedrooms to the left. She lived, her room was the last bedroom all the way down the hallway on the left side.
I think you just described that this was an open set.
Yes, it's open.
Right.
So it basically looked like there was a bridge, like a U bridge from the upstairs looking down, because the middle of the house, you can look down and you can see everything.
Okay.
And you can look up and you can see the hallways of both going into all 3 bedrooms.
Understood. So different people at the house, did you have a key?
I had a key to the front door.
Okay. Were there any other security systems set up at the house other than just locks?
The garage, and then doors for like her bedroom and his bedroom.
Okay. And that is that
and his closets.
All right. Any other measures on the house?
Garage door. I know there was a ring camera system, an alarm system, but other than that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Got it. So I want to direct your attention to December 2nd, 2025.
Okay.
Were you working that day?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was at the house. It was the day after the Monday night football game, and I had a hair appointment because we were getting ready to leave for our trip.
Where were you going?
Miami, Florida.
Who was going to Miami, Florida?
Miami trip consisted of Mr. Diggs, myself, his brother, his childhood best friend, and another close friend of his.
Who had made the arrangements to get that group of people to Miami?
Me.
All right. We're on the Miami topic. That's the thing that set Mila off, was she got, as Ashley J said, she got left off of Bad and Bougie. She didn't get to go on that Miami trip. And she was, apparently, per her, she was invited. And then she got kicked off, but another employee still got to go. And that did not make Mila happy at all. But yes, Wild Cows and Ace Moonshot. So Wild Cows, you probably did hear that she could see something because of the layout she just described. You can look straight up and you looking upstairs, and it's a lot of open area you're looking at upstairs. So I'm with Ace Moonshot and while Kyle's on, she was at minimum she was able to hear something. She maybe saw something too.
Arrangements to get that group of people to Miami.
Me.
When did you start making those arrangements?
The week prior, once we figured out the logistics, I typically try to do things a few days prior just because of the requirements that some of the travel vendors need from us and because it's such a busy week. So I
Understood.
try to book as soon as possible.
All right. What was going on in Miami?
He had Art Basel, which is a art festival, art fair, and he was showcasing he was debuting his furniture line.
Right, so Mr. Diggs has a furniture line.
Correct.
That week, was he not working? Was he missing a game? What was happening?
So Monday night, he had the Monday night football game and it was going into his bye week.
What's a bye week?
Bye week is pretty much the 1 week that the NFL gives to players where they're pretty much off. They just have to report back on the scheduled day that it's typically like 4 or 5 days off, no meetings. They can go on vacation. They come back that Monday.
All right.
Regular scheduled programming.
And the plan was to go to the Art Basel, was what it was
Correct.
called?
Correct. Yes.
In Miami during the bye week.
Yes.
Anything else going on in Miami?
We were also celebrating his birthday,
What day is his birthday?
November 29th.
Right. So his birthday had already come and gone, correct?
Yes.
All right. And was there a birthday party that week?
There were at his house or in Miami?
In Miami, I mean.
In Miami, correct, there was.
You mentioned that there was a game the night before. What time's a Monday night game start, if you know?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock p.m.
Mhm.
So do you know when it ends?
Probably midnight, and we probably didn't get out of there until like 2 a.m.,
Got it.
maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
So that morning you said you were getting a hair appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that?
It was at the Dry Bar in Chestnut Hill, and my appointment was at 10 a.m.
How did you get there?
I drove.
Do you have a car?
No,
Whose car did you drive?
I drove Mr. Diggs' car.
Got it. And how long did that take you to get to the hair appointment, if you remember?
About 30, 35 minutes because of traffic and the weather.
You mentioned that there was a Ring video system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to take a look at a video that is on Exhibit 11. One moment.
It's fine.
Yeah, I want a Janelle too, Ace Moonshot. Come manage my life, please. Okay, I'm skipping ahead till they fix their HDMI issue.
Yes, we can play that. And for the record, that's a video ending in the number 602. Do you recognize what we just saw there?
Yes, that's Mr. Diggs' Maybach.
Okay. And what's happening that
He
in
left
that
for
video?
work.
Where were you?
I was in the car, probably waiting to leave and warming up the car to go.
Okay. And you weren't in that car that we just saw
No,
drive out.
I was in
correct?
his Porsche.
I'm happy to continue, Judge, but we have a while further, so it might make
No,
sense.
that's fine. Why don't we take, Judith, why don't we take the morning recess? I think there should even be some coffee back there.
All right, let's skip on ahead after
All
the
right,
break.
Judith, can you step down this way, please?
I may resume, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Salas, we just watched a video off of Exhibit 11, and I think you said that was Mr. Diggs going to work.
Correct.
What kind of car was that?
A Maybach.
Okay. You said you were in a Porsche warming the car up?
Correct.
I'm going to ask you to, first I'm going to ask Ms. Silva to play a video there ending in 610. I'm going to ask you to watch that, Ms. Salas.
It's not on the screen.
There it is. So if we could replay that, you can get a look at it, Ms. Salas. If we could pause it right there real quick. All right, so do you recognize what that video depicts?
Yes,
What's that?
it's the Porsche leaving the house.
Who's driving that? That's you leaving the house?
Yes.
All right. And if I could direct your attention here, the time on the exhibit is 9:26 Eastern Standard Time on December 2nd, 2025.
Correct.
Does that sound about right for when you left the house that morning?
Yes. Because my appointment was at 10 a.m.
Okay. So looking at that image, can you tell us, kind of just orient us on what we're looking at there?
The car, so that's the front of the house, and there's a long driveway that goes towards the back of the house to a 3-car garage and a driveway where you can probably fit maybe 2 or 3 more cars in the actual plot in front of the garage.
All right. And is there a way to enter the house through the garage?
Yes, there's an entry door going straight into the grand foyer of the house. There's the basement entry, stairwell, a powder room on the right, the entry stairwell to the basement to the left. And when you walk straight, there's the grand foyer. In front of you is the dining room, and then the formal living room. And then to the left is the living room and the kitchen.
Okay.
And the stairwell going up to the 3rd floor.
Going upstairs.
Yes.
All right. And so did you go through the garage to drive the Porsche out that morning?
Yes.
Do you remember getting back to the house?
Yes.
Do you remember what time that was?
It was in the afternoon after I had ran my errands from my hair appointment.
Okay. What I would ask is if Miss Silva could play a video with the last 3 numbers, 637, off of that same exhibit, exhibit 11. If we could maybe replay that one more time, it's only about 3 seconds.
Okay. A Smooth Shot said, I love how firm and definitive her answers are. Yes, she is a high contrast to when Mila was up there testifying. It was very personal. She kept trying to slip in messiness. Janelle is answering what she is asked, and she is ready to stop talking as soon as she gets any signal. She's not really doing anything but answering what you ask her. And that is a professional. Like, this is what people will they look at this trial and they'll be like, hey, if Janelle ever stopped working for Stefon, I might have to call her up because she seems professional, dependable. I'm not putting out any more than necessary. Yeah.
All right. So do you recognize what that depicts?
Yes, it's the car returning home.
And is that you driving the car?
Yes.
All right. And the timestamp on that indicates it's 12:59:59 Eastern Standard Time. So it's just about 1 p.m. Is that consistent with your recollection when you got home?
Yes.
What were you doing that day after you got your hair done?
I was coordinating our travels because I was getting updates from the airport regarding the change of airports, change of planes, and trying to just get everybody together
Okay.
to be ready to leave by the end of the night.
I'm sorry. I have to. I'm just fangirling over how professional she is, but this is right too, because they literally get to see also, if you ever have to go to trial and talk about your business with me, and hopefully, they've never done her wrong or anything, but it's just normal business, even if she knows more things, but they don't have anything to do with the trial and stuff. This is how she handles herself. She's not, well, her hands are under the thing, but she's not like shaky voice. She's clear and concise, understandable. Yeah, a lot of celebrities would like to have her.
You were working.
Correct.
And was there an area where you worked in the house?
In the kitchen, in the small little dining table, like in between the kitchen and the living room.
Okay. I'm going to ask Ms. Silva to play one more video for us. That's going to be 183725 on exhibit 11. If we could try to replay that one more time as well. All right, so it looks like she's paused it here, a second into the frame. Do you recognize what's depicted in this video?
It's the Maybach coming home.
All right, is that Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
The timestamp on that looks like it says 15:38 and 51, so maybe 3:39, 3:40 p.m.
Yes.
Is that consistent with your recollection of when you got
Yes.
home?
Yes.
You said you were working that afternoon. Do you know where Mr. Diggs went in the house?
He likely went to say hi to his brothers and then went straight upstairs to take a nap because it's the day after a game.
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay. Where were you sitting?
I was probably walking around the house, either the kitchen, probably going up and down to the basement because I was probably doing laundry, just running around the house.
Objection.
Sustained. That response is stricken from the record. Jurors will disregard.
So let me ask you, you mentioned that you remembered.
I wonder why the last answer was stricken from the record. I understand the other one because they said he was basically saying, what do you think he did once he got home? That's speculation. I get that. She doesn't act at that point because she's not there. I think she's at her hair appointment. She doesn't know what he did right now at home. So I can understand how they were like, well, you can't take that because she didn't actually witness what he was doing at home at that specific time. But the other part she answered, I wonder why they took it off.
Doing something with flights and getting to the airport.
Correct.
What is that? What do you mean?
So because one of the airports that we usually travel frequently at, the Norwood Airport, there's limitations on the planes, and especially if the weather is bad, they typically recommend that we fly into another airport, which was Bedford.
Bedford, Massachusetts?
Correct.
So is that to say the weather was not great?
Correct.
December 2nd?
Correct.
That day,
Mm-hmm.
when you're making these phone calls, sending emails, doing whatever work you're doing to coordinate, you said you were downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see anybody else walking around downstairs during that afternoon?
Mila was there, his brother was there, and his childhood best friend, and another friend was also arriving in, who had flown in to go to Miami with us.
Okay. You said Mila was there. Did you see her that afternoon?
Yes.
What did she look like?
She looked like she was going to work out. She had workout clothes on. She complimented on my hair. Just regular, just walking around the kitchen, probably around the house. Nothing out of the usual.
Okay. That afternoon, did you, is that the only time you saw Miss Adams? You see her again as the day
Towards
went on?
in the evening, closer to the evening.
So after dark?
Yes, it was because it was getting dark at like 3:00 at that time. So by like 3:30, 4:00, maybe closer to 4:30, it was like dark.
Okay. And so sometime after that, you think you saw Miss Adams again?
Yes, because I was sitting in the kitchen and she had asked me if I purchased her flight.
The flight, was that a flight to Atlanta?
Correct.
And when you spoke to her that afternoon in the kitchen, did you observe anything on her face?
No.
Anything on her neck?
No.
Did you see any redness or swelling?
No.
Okay, that's important because the timeline is, although I don't know the exact time, the alleged scuffle would have happened, the alleged assault would have happened, but that's important because the Atlanta flight wasn't addressed until after the alleged assault. And then the Atlanta flight that they say Janelle paid for, I guess, technically maybe Stefon's money paid for. Mila said that she changed her flight from Atlanta because she couldn't afford to get an Uber home. So she changed her flight to New York and went to see, well, now she's not calling them friends, she's calling them associates. But at the time when she gave the police report and other times, she was going to see her friends or whatever. And that was after the assault. So they're asking Janelle, because as soon as she's asking for that flight, that assault had basically just happened. Alleged assault had just happened. So at that point would be the freshest time you could at least see, like, did she look disheveled? Was her face really red? Did you see a handprint on her face? Because she said he open hand smacked her too. And then he said, Mila said that he open-handed smacked her, plus he choked her out, but he didn't choke her out with his fingers. he apparently took his arm and like did like that and cut off her circulation. If it happened, I'm just saying. So, you know, she would have noticed at minimum a very red face, especially given Mila's skin tone and everything.
Was she crying?
Or tears. Yeah. Oh, he just asked, did she cry?
Crying at all?
No.
What was she doing?
She was walking around looking for a piece of a paper and a pen to write a card, to, I guess, write a note to him for his birthday gift.
When you say to him, is that to Mr. Diggs?
Correct.
And that's that November 29th birthday you just referenced?
Yes.
That afternoon, was there anything on Mr. Diggs' schedule?
He had ozone therapy and massage.
So is that a nurse who comes and does fluids?
Yes.
And a massage, you said?
He has a massage therapist.
What time were those appointments?
I believe I told them both to come at 5.
Do you remember if those individuals actually appeared at the house?
Yes,
Did they?
I believe so.
That afternoon, you said you purchased a flight for Mila Adams to Atlanta?
Yes.
Did you arrange to get her to the airport?
Yes.
What time did that happen?
Probably in the 7 o'clock hour, because you have to be there an hour before checking in your bag. And it took about 45 minutes to get to the airport. So probably between 7 to 7:30.
You think about 7:30?
Yeah.
And so did she leave the house around 7:30?
I wonder if the prosecution is going to ask her, did you notice any scratches or anything out of the ordinary with Stefon? Because you would think he'd have some type of, well, how can I call it? I want to call it defensive wounds. I think that's what it is when the person defending themselves might scratch you. You know, they're trying to get themselves free or whatever. So I wonder if prosecution's going to ask her, when you saw Stefon, how did he look? Did he have anything going on his face, his arms, or whatever, if you happen to see it? Because defense wouldn't ask that, because they don't want to, if there was an altercation, defense don't want to touch it if nobody's seen it, talking about it, or whatever. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
She should have left around before 7:30
Unless she's going to say no, then they would ask her.
to get to the airport on time if she was checking in a bag.
And you saw her prior to that,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So there's an encounter you had in the kitchen
Yes.
with the pen and the card, I think you mentioned?
Yeah, she was running to go to his room to put it on, I guess, his gifts that she was giving him.
Did you end up speaking to Mr. Diggs later that evening?
Yes.
And did you see any of those, the card or the presents that you
Yes, there were 2 boxes on his bed from Chanel. One he had opened up and he put on after his massage, and we were getting ready to leave. I told him, we got to pack, we got to go, we got to make this flight. He put the beanie on. There was another box that was unopened, and then there was a green Post-it with whatever note she had on it telling for his birthday.
All right. Prior to speaking to Mr. Diggs, prior to arranging for Miss Adams's Uber, did you hear anything that afternoon?
No.
Any screams?
No.
Slam doors?
No.
Anything out of the ordinary?
No.
Okay. I was waiting on this question to come up, because when she said it was just open up there except the little bridge type thing, I'm like, did she hear something? And then if I was defense, I would also ask, can you normally hear normal noises at normal levels if you're downstairs from upstairs? And if not normal, if something's pretty loud, would you be able to hear it from your position downstairs normally?
Do you know if Miss Adams cooked dinner that night?
It was like a hot dog. It was like and there was like mustard on it, but it was like left on the counter, and it was like.
This is her first shade, y'all. This is her first shade because normally she does not expand too much. She just sticks to what he asked. But a private chef, he said, did you see her cook something? And she said this private chef paid between $2,000 to $6,000 a week, made a hot dog with some mustard on it.
Like dried up, and then in the
Child, she said dried up too. Yeah. This is her. She did just a little bit. She getting hers in just a little bit right there.
room, it was like dried up. So there was like 2 that were made.
Let me back you up on that. Do you know if she did cook dinner that night?
She did,
Where did she do that?
in the kitchen.
And what time did you see that?
I just remember the food being like prepared
Okay.
already.
And you mentioned it was a hot dog or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a hot dog, or like, like Auntie Anne's when they have like the pretzel dogs. It kind of looked like that, but it just looked dried up.
Okay. That night, did you all leave for Miami?
Yes.
If I may have one moment, Your Honor.
All right. Let me see. I muted myself while I was talking. Yes, pain, not pain. We caught that discrepancy on day one because it was like she said he open hand slapped her with his right hand on the right side of her face. So that would be a backhand if that, wait, let me see. Yeah, that would be a backhand because you're opposite. My left is your right, my right is your left. So yes, we definitely called out that discrepancy because she said he did this, but her description would have been this. And they also asked her, I don't know if you were already in here, they asked her, how did she look after the event too, or the alleged assault, how did she look? And apparently nothing was wrong with her face and all that.
I just want to recap on one issue.
Okay.
I think you said Miss Adams complimented your hair. Did she tell you anything else?
No. She was like, "Oh, your hair's getting long and it looks good." I was like, thank you.
Okay. Did she tell you she was assaulted,
No.
strangled?
No.
You're the chief of staff?
Correct.
I have no further questions.
I wouldn't have any further questions right now either. All right. She was her own worst witness. Having Mila up there to testify, this is Janelle, in case you just came in, but having Mila up there to testify, she was her own worst witness. It was horrible.
I'm over here to inquire.
Thank you. Good morning. And is it Sunny?
Yes, that's my nickname.
And that's is that SUNNYNIE? Is it?
SUNNY and then SUNNI.
Okay, so both ways, right?
Yes.
Okay. So right now you are the chief of staff, is that right?
Correct.
And how long have you been Mr. Diggs' chief of staff?
Since July 2023.
And prior to that, what was your position?
I managed his household, but it was part-time
Where
in
how long-
Maryland.
And how long did you do that?
September 2022 up until July 2023.
And prior to working for Mr. Diggs, what did you do?
I have been an independent consultant. I have been a project manager, event producer, and I consulted for companies for almost at that time, since 2017. Just
her being a project manager, I can see it. I definitely can see it. And the event stuff too. That stuff is it's difficult. So yeah, I can see why she got promoted from part-time to full-time.
And right now, how much do you get paid by Mr. Diggs?
I would say
Overruled.
between 90 to 100,000 a year.
And when you were Sorry, what was the term of the previous job? The house manager?
Yes.
Oh, how much did you get?
Did she say she lives there too? The reason I ask is because she says she doesn't own a car. She picking the car out the garage. Because I mean, she deserves it all. She's running. But does she live in the house as well, or does she live somewhere else? Because of the fact of her not owning a car, I'm wondering where she lives.
Paid when you did that?
I was on retainer for $5,000 a month.
And you mentioned you went to Art Basel,
Correct.
and how long was that?
That was we got there Tuesday evening up until the events were all the way through the weekend that Sunday.
And what kind of events were there?
There was the showcase of his furniture line, his birthday party, just, showcasing his new furniture line.
But and you went to these events?
Yes.
Did you have to pay for any of these events?
No.
Like
Physically? Like my own money?
Yeah.
No.
And did you have food there?
You better tell him, Janelle, my own money. No, that means if she's been a project manager, she's done all this stuff, consulting, and she does this now. Janelle is saving that money. She looks like someone that is investing and saving. She's gonna be fine when she decides to retire, move on, whatever she's gonna do.
Physically? Like my own money?
Yeah.
No.
And did you have food there?
Yes.
Did you have to pay for your food?
Not with my own money.
So
With my
someone-
company card.
Okay, so
Yes.
thank you. You mentioned driving one of his cars. What car was that?
It was his Porsche.
Is it a nice car?
Yes.
How often do you drive that one?
If I need to go run errands, if I need to do something, I will use the car as an insured driver.
And when you say run errands, is that personal errands or errands for Mr. Diggs?
Both.
Okay.
This is not a joke. Come on, she on the insurance. She is a permanent fixture. You do not mess with Janelle, aka Sunny.
How often do you go on trips with the staff?
As needed, specifically for business trips, more so.
Okay. On December 2nd, you were at least at some point in the house, right?
Correct.
And you saw Ms. Adams?
Yes.
So she was there in the house?
Yes.
And you saw Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
So he was there in the house?
Yes.
Did you, was there any time that day where were you following Mr. Diggs the whole time?
No.
Were you following Ms. Adams the whole time?
No.
So there a time when both of them were outside of your range of being able to see and hear?
Yes.
Have you been to Miss Adams' room before?
Not all the way inside, but I knew which room she was in.
So you had not been inside that room before?
Not when she occupied it, but when we did the walkthrough, I was.
Okay, so when you were first looking at the house?
Yes.
But that day you were not in that room?
No.
Okay, so whatever could have happened in that room, you were unaware of anything that could have happened in that room?
Correct.
Your Honor.
Sustained in that form.
I'm gonna go back to see what the question was and why the objection was sustained.
When you were first looking at the house?
Yes.
But that day you were not in that room?
No.
Okay, so whatever could have happened in that room, you were unaware of anything that could have happened in that room?
Correct.
Your Honor.
Sustained in that form.
Oh, in the way he asked it. Not that he asked a question about was she aware or unaware. Yep, improperly phrased question. Okay.
Is it fair to say that you have a financial interest in Mr. Diggs doing well?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
What does that mean?
If he does well, do you do well?
I think we collectively do well.
Do you?
Even outside of financially.
Is he a good boss?
Yes, he's great.
Do you want to continue working for him?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Anything else, counsel, for your witness?
I just have one question for you.
Yes.
You mentioned that you got to drive the Porsche.
Yes.
All right. Would you lie under oath to get to drive the Porsche and work for Mr. Diggs?
What does that mean?
It's part of lying under oath, your job.
What? I'm sorry. Can
Is
you,
your job to lie, or would you be truthful?
I'll be truthful.
Okay. Who else got to drive that car?
Mila and anyone around the house. If they needed to use the car, they would drive it.
Did you see Mila drive that car?
I've seen her drive the car before.
I don't have any other questions.
Wonder where he's going with that. Hopefully we'll find out on closing. I mean, I know the first part I understand, but him asking, have you ever seen Mila drive the Porsche? I want to know where he's going with that. But obviously, the question of would you lie under oath to stay employed, I obviously understand why he asked that question. Yeah, he had to get on out of there, Ace. Oh yeah, and Just Not Blue said Mila wanted us to believe Sonny was stealing. I didn't even connect it because that's right. This is Sonny. And she would call her every time they brought up Sonny. She would say, Mila would be like, stealing Sonny, you mean? You mean stealing Sonny? And she stole his watches and stuff like that. This woman don't need to steal a watch. And I know they don't mean that people don't steal just because they don't need to steal. But she seemed like she in for the long run, not nothing short term.
When you say just other people around the house, about how many people does Mr. Diggs have working for him?
Employed, 1.
So then otherwise, are they all just contract or?
Correct.
Do you know about how many?
Depends, depending on the job, as needed.
Okay. Do you know in this?
Objection, Your Honor. We're now outside the scope of the redirect.
Overruled.
Just in December, do you know?
I couldn't give that to you on the top of my head.
All right. Nothing further.
Thank you very much. You may step down.
Thank you.
I wonder why the judge overruled the objection for being out of scope on redirect, because I guess because they were still talking about employment that she let it go through. But I do wonder that because I was like, that question is interesting. Okay, let's see who else we got. Oh, okay, hold on. Every time I think it's a short time, it actually is a little longer. Hold on. Trying not to do too much. There we go.
Watch the ship. You're going to remain standing and face the clock.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
You may sit or stand.
Good morning, ma'am. Could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name for the jury?
My name is Juliana Stratoti, Stratoti.
Are you from Massachusetts?
Yes,
What do you do for work?
I'm a registered nurse.
Right. Where do you work?
Full time, I work at Mass General Hospital, and then I have a side, a per diem job at the Drip Bar.
What is the Drip Bar?
Drip Bar is a wellness and hydration service. It's a franchise, but we have a location in Foxborough.
Okay. And so what do you do as a nurse for the Drip Bar?
Provide like wellness services, hydration, like extra therapy for people that you don't get prescribed, like at a hospital or through your primary care physician.
Got it. Does some of that involve making house calls?
Yes.
On December 2nd, 2025, did you do some kind of treatment, a house call that afternoon?
I did.
And where was that?
At Mr. Diggs's house.
All right. And had you been to that house previously?
I had.
And that was at 7 Schoolmaster Street in Dedham, fair
Yes.
to say? Do you remember what time you got there?
Most of my appointments were 4, 5, or 6 o'clock. I think that day I got there at about 5 o'clock.
I may approach, Your Honor.
Yes, right in.
I'm going to put the image in front of you. I'm going to ask you to take a look at that and tell me if you recognize what that is.
That's me ringing at the front door on the Ring camera.
All right. And is that a fair and accurate depiction of you arriving at the house on December 2nd, 2025?
Yes.
That would move to admit is Exhibit 12.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Be so marked.
And I'm going to show you another photograph. Ask you to take a look at that.
That's me leaving the house on the Ring camera footage.
All right. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of you walking out of that house in the afternoon of December 2nd, 2025?
Yes.
Would move to admit is Exhibit 13.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Be so
Number
marked.
13.
I'm going to put Exhibit 12 back in front of you and ask you, there's a timestamp at the bottom right corner.
Your Honor, can we be seen in sidebar?
Yes, of course.
Well, I guess it's been longer than normal for their sidebars. We had a lot of them the other day.
When you're a moment ago, I think you described when your appointments routinely were. Do you recall what time you got to the house in Dedham that afternoon on December 2nd?
That day I got there at 4:50
Okay. PM?
p.m.
And do you remember when you left the house?
According to the Ring camera footage, it was.
Let me ask you this. Do you remember when you left the house?
I don't remember exactly the time, but all of my appointments were roughly 45 minutes to an hour long.
All right. And so on December 2nd, 2025, do you think, how long do you think you were in the house?
Probably about an hour.
In the house, when you were doing the treatment, where did it actually occur physically inside the house?
In the living room.
So then fair to say you were in that house that afternoon for about an hour, maybe a little less?
Yes.
Okay. Anything out of the ordinary that day?
Not that I recall.
Hear anything unusual?
No.
Did you see anything unusual?
No.
I have no further questions.
Matt?
Okay, Bam Bam. I'm trying to get this timeline too. What helps me is when Sunny said she booked a flight. Did she say she booked the flight for 7 p.m.? Is that what she said? If she booked the flight for 7 p.m., Sunny accounted for about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get on the flight to Atlanta. So it would have had to happen after the nurse got finished, I would think. It feels like it would have happened after the nurse instead of before her, but I'm not sure. I've been trying to follow these times.
Good morning still. Had you gone to Mr. Diggs' house prior to this date?
I had.
And how many times have you done this before?
A handful of times. I think before that was 2 or 3.
Okay.
After that was a couple.
And without you saying the actual names of any of your clients, what kind of clientele do you have with this job?
It depends on what services they're looking for. So kind of all across the board.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Great. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, then let's talk about this. Okay, I see your points. So we're saying that whenever time he got back in, because they got his Maybach coming back in, the incident would have had to happen before the nurse, and then she asked for a flight after the IV treatment from this nurse. Okay, I mean, I can see it. I could see it, because you're right. It could have been too short between when she booked that incident happened and then she gets her flight booked by Sunny. Okay, I wish I had written down the times when this first started on day 1.
Call Stephanie Anastasi.
Watch your step, and if you could just remain standing and face the court.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You sit or stand, whichever you prefer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you state your name and spell your last name for the record, please?
My first name is Stephanie. My last name is Anastasi, Anastassi.
And do you live in Massachusetts, Ms. Anastasi?
I currently live in Rhode Island.
Where do you work?
I work in Massachusetts.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a massage therapist.
Are you employed in that work?
Yes.
Who do you work for?
The Right Touch Day Spa in Attleboro, Mass.
All right. And you provide massage therapy treatment to clients? Is that
Yes.
right? And as part of your work, do you need to visit clients in their home?
I do that separately on my own on the side.
I
Not,
see.
it doesn't have anything to do with where I work currently.
Okay, all right. And as part of your work treating clients, are some of your clients professional athletes?
Yes, sometimes.
All right. And was one of your clients in December of 2025, Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
And how did it come about that you were providing treatment for Mr. Diggs?
I used to work for the Celtics back in 2019. And whoever I used to work for, he's a physical therapist. He connected me with Mr. Diggs.
Okay, thank you. And you would provide massage therapy for Mr. Diggs at his home?
Correct.
About how often per week would you do that?
Twice a week.
All right. And where in the home would you provide that treatment?
Sometimes it was in the living room area, and sometimes it was in his bedroom.
Did you need any special equipment to provide your treatment?
He provided that. I do need some special equipment, yes.
I see. So there was the equipment in the house?
Yes.
I take it you used a table?
Yes.
Any other equipment?
No, just a massage table, and I would use my cups, which is for cupping.
I see. Okay. Thank you. How long did a typical treatment take?
Between a 90-minute to 2 hours.
And did you give Mr. Diggs a treatment on December 2nd, 2025?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember approximately when you arrived at his home for that treatment?
It was between 5:45 and 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. And how did you?
Oh, he had them moving out like clockwork. Well, not him, Sonny had them moving around like clockwork. IV treatment finishes around 5 something. Massage therapist coming in around around 5 something. She said 5:45. I think that's what she said. I'm going back just a little bit because I'm taking notes now on that time.
On December 2nd, 2025.
Yes, I did.
Do you remember approximately when you arrived at his home for that treatment?
It was between 5:45 and 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. And how did you get into the house?
I rang the doorbell and Sonny opened the door for me.
Okay, thank you. And what happened next?
Then I asked Sonny where he was or where he would like his massage at. She told me he was in his room and that's where he would like his massage. So I went and grabbed the massage table. It was in like a computer room. And I brought it upstairs and he was laying in his bed and I started setting up the table.
All right. And was Mr. Diggs, do you remember what he was doing when you walked in other than laying in his bed?
I think he was falling asleep a little bit, but I wasn't sure. It was just laying down.
Okay. So I take it you began the treatment?
So I set up, I grabbed the blankets and stuff, and then he fell asleep. So I texted Sonny and I was like, hey, can I wake him up? And she said yes. So I ended up waking him up and then he got on the table.
Okay. And about how long was the treatment that day, if you can recall?
It was between 90 minutes to 2 hours usually. It was more towards the 2 hours than the 90 minutes.
All right. And did anyone come into that while you were performing that treatment in that 90-minute to 2 hour window?
Yes. Mila Adams came in the room at the time.
Okay. And how did you know Mila Adams?
I seen her in the house. I've seen her multiple times in the house.
Okay. Have you ever spoken to her?
Yes, we've had conversation.
Okay. So while you're performing the treatment, can you just explain to the jury what you saw?
Yeah, so I was working on his right side leg, and I can, because the door is in front of me, and I can see whoever was walking in. She was walking in. She saw that he was asleep, left, and kind of came back at a later time. When she came back at a later time, he kind of woke up because he was asleep, and she kind of went over to the bed, and she asked him, there was something on the bed. She asked him if he was going to keep it, and then he said yes, and then she turned around and left.
And were you able to see what was on the bed?
It was a black box, but I'm not sure what it was or what was in it.
Okay. And did you ever have any occasion to look in that box?
No.
All right. How did Ms. Adams appear to you when you saw her come into the room those 2 times?
She seemed to be okay. It's nothing that I wasn't used to seeing in the past.
So she looked to your eyes the same as she had in
In
every
the
time you
past.
saw her?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see any marks on her face?
Not that I recall, no.
Did you see any marks on her neck?
No, she had a black jacket on, so I don't think I could see her neck, but I didn't see anything on her face at the
Okay.
time.
And did she seem upset at all to you?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. All right. And Miss Anastasi, do you remember when you left the house that day?
It's probably between almost 8 o'clock, 7:30 and 8 o'clock that day.
Okay. Thank you very much. No further
course.
questions. Come on.
All right. I missed some of it, but. All right. So Bam Bam did her research. Mila arrived back in the house between, what did you say? Oh, after IV treatment. So Mila got back after IV treatment. And IV treatment was, she said she did it between 4 something, and it would take her 45 minutes to an hour to do the IV treatment. Okay. So she came in after that. And then the massage therapist says she arrived about 5:45 or 6 o'clock to start the massage. It would take between 90 minutes and 2 hours. And I barely caught that they asked her, did you see any markings or anything on Mila's face? So that's what I caught. So hopefully I'm not missing anything too crazy. So Mila's face looked fine to the massage therapist. And that's a really good one because, see, Sunny is real close to home with this, right? The massage therapist, she coming in and out to do her thing, going to the next client. So she would have probably just casually noticed if Mila's face looked jacked up versus if Sunny would or wouldn't say something, I would say. So I feel like, as we guessed, there wasn't anything wrong with Mila's face. And then Ace Moonshot said, so she acted normal to 2 witnesses. Right. One that knew her fairly well because she's staying in that house. And then the other one that just knows her in passing and she's acting like she normally acts. Or looks like she normally looks, I'll say.
Good afternoon, Miss Anastasi. Oh, sorry, good morning still, actually, Miss Anastasi.
Hello.
You said you had previously worked at the Celtics, and is it like kind of word of mouth that you got a job working for Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
In your line of work, how important is word of mouth in order to find new clients?
It's very important.
And outside of just actual, I guess, technique and skill, is discretion and care of how you, because you're working with some high-profile people, is that also an important aspect to have?
I don't understand the question.
I'll withdraw it. Nothing further.
Okay, so both of them were like, I don't understand what you're trying to ask, because Sunny was like, okay, so what are you saying? Obviously, we know what he's saying. Would you be motivated not to say anything because word of mouth is your bread and butter? But he took the question back. All they can cross her on is to imply financial interest to lie. Gotcha.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. You may step down. Okay.
All right, they rolling them out in defense. We got another one coming.
Melissa got.
Watch your step. Remain standing. You can face the clock.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Good morning.
Morning.
Can you state your name and spell your last name for the record, please?
Sure. Melissa Goddard, Goddard.
Thank you. And what city do you live in? City and state, please.
Boca Raton, Florida.
Right. And are you employed?
Yes, I am.
Where are you employed?
At PMG Private CFO.
And what is PMG Private CFO?
It's a boutique financial service company. So we do accounting, tax planning, tax prep, budgeting. We handle everything financial, data collection.
And is one of your company's clients Steph Diggs?
Yes, it is.
Right. And do you work on Mr. Diggs' account?
Yes, I'm his client manager.
All right. And how long have you been the client manager for Mr. Dick's account?
Since November 13th, 2023.
Okay. And can you just briefly describe how Mr. Diggs's account is structured?
Sure. He has the personal side, which we call concierge, and the business side. So the personal side is his life personally, but because his person is a business, it transfers also over into businesses. And then he has several businesses that we operate.
Can you just very briefly identify the different businesses that he
Sure.
owns?
Diggs Deep LLC, which is for his name, image, and likeness. Liam Brands International, which is a clothing brand. CV Passem, which is a furniture brand. And Diggs Deep Foundation, which is his charity organization.
All right. And so those businesses that you just described, are those handled on the business side of his account?
Correct.
All right. And then there's a personal side or a concierge side to handle his business. To handle his personal expenses.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Dean said Mila was double dipping. Let me know if I'm thinking what you're saying. So Mila was telling their business that, okay, it's time for y'all to pay me for this week or however frequently she got paid. And then she was also texting Stefon, like, you need to pay me. You didn't pay me, like that, right? Is that what you're saying, Dean? That's how she was double dipping? Like she already got paid possibly from the business that handled his finances. And then she was also saying he needed to pay her and then like personally cash app her or whatever. Yeah, that is a pretty clever name. Dig Deep Charity. That's a good one.
Okay. And up until starting before October 2025, so from 2023 to 2025 October, which side of his account did you handle?
I handled daily business transactions for the most part.
Okay. And did you have a different colleague to handle the personal kind of concierge side?
Yes, the practical everyday concierge side we did.
And would expenses for private staff be handled on the business side or the concierge side?
The concierge side.
Okay. And did something happen in the fall of 2025 that caused you to take over responsibility for the concierge side?
Yes, we had an associate leave.
Okay. So the associate left, and then were you responsible in the fall of 2025 for both the business and the concierge side?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have responsibility at that time for payments to Mr. Diggs's private chef?
Beginning of November, yes.
Okay, beginning of November 2025?
Correct.
And do you recall, well, what did you do when you took over responsibility for those payments?
I was notified at the beginning of November that the data collection program that we used was updated so that personal payments needed to be made. And one of them was for the chef. And I asked, catch me up. Does she have a contract? How do we pay her? Does she have a W-9? Does she have an NDA? Just general information, like, what do I do? And
who are you talking to when you were getting this information?
Sunny.
And who is Sunny?
Stefon's personal assistant.
Okay. All right. Do you recall receiving an invoice from Ms. Adams on December 1st of 2025?
Yes.
And do you recall what that invoice was for?
It was for 3 weeks of services in November and reimbursable expenses.
Okay. What did you do with that invoice when you received it?
I checked, immediately I knew that it was incorrect because I had paid her weekly for 2 of those weeks. So it raised a flag. I needed to figure out, had I made a mistake or had she made a mistake? And that caused me to look a little bit further into the reimbursable expenses.
Oh, Mila. So Dean, she was like triple or quadruple double dipping, because like you said it was the receipts, but she said also for the work she performed. Oh, Mila, this is not looking good.
We're much more structured on the business side. So I usually audit those before paying them.
Okay. So when the flag was raised and it caused you to look a little bit deeper, what did you do to look a little bit deeper?
I pulled up every payment that we had made to her for the last 18 months, as far back as I could go. And then I went through every receipt and reimbursable that we paid her for the last 6 months at that time.
Sorry. And at the conclusion, so would you describe that as a kind of an audit?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you receive an invoice and it's incorrect, I want to know, is it our mistake or was it her mistake? So I wanted to make sure that we had paid her correctly.
All right. And what did you learn from conducting your audit?
That she had submitted receipts multiple times over the course of 6 months, the same receipt. That she had submitted reimbursements for packages sent that were paid by our Federal Express account for reimbursement, that we had overpaid her.
And were you able to quantify the amount of money that she had been overpaid based on your audit?
Yes.
And how much money was that?
I think the total was $2,500 and change at that time, with an additional $744 that maybe was legitimate. I couldn't substantiate because there wasn't a date on it. So that was more in a gray area.
Did you ask Ms. Adams for more information about the money that she was seeking?
Yes.
How did you do that?
I contacted Sunny and asked for her email.
Professional. That's what I wanted to know. Email is the way to go for this. Okay. And I shouldn't be this excited because people should be doing things in writing, but so few have. Sunny, had she hired, Mila would have done her formal onboarding, tax documents, NDA as soon as she came on, all this other stuff. But again, they was like y'all said, muddy waters because she was already, in contact with Stefon couple to a few years before she got put on as the chef. Okay, so over 6 weeks, she's resubmitting receipts she already got reimbursed for and receipts she never needed to be reimbursed for because she didn't pay it. Like, for example, she said the FedEx Express card. It's not even crazy. I can't even say that's crazy. Mila appeared to be exactly what is now being explained by the audit and by the timestamps that they're going by. Day 1 was like, I'm squinting my eyes. Day 2 is like, here's the just black and white proof that this is not what she said happened.
I gave my phone number, even my personal phone number, so that she could reach me because sometimes they're in different time zones. I reached out to her twice.
Okay. And did you ever hear back from her?
No, she never responded.
Did you tell Mr. Diggs what you had identified at least from the audit that you conducted?
Yes, he called me. We spoke about it on December 5th.
All right. And what was his reaction?
He's like, get me a report. And he had wanted to make sure that she was paid. And I told him I would get him a report, and he was fine.
In the course of conducting your audit, or actually strike that, did there come a time when you were aware that there was some paperwork not completed that you would have expected to be completed?
At the beginning, when I took over, I asked for those things as I think it was the beginning of December when the invoice didn't match what I had. I'm buttoning things up. It's the end of fourth quarter. We're closing out the end of the year, so I wanted to make sure we had everything. So, I was going through everybody's paperwork. But yes, it was about the beginning of December I realized we don't have her paperwork.
All right. And did you do anything about that?
Yeah, I had asked Sunny to, I had mentioned to Steph that I think we should get one. He said to coordinate with Sunny, which I did on December 4th. And I didn't receive anything, so I followed up with it as I normally would.
And how did you follow up with it?
I asked Sunny if she had collected it, and I emailed Mila asking for it.
Do you remember the date on which you emailed Mila for it? Sorry, Ms.
December
Adams?
8th.
December 8th.
Mhm.
Did you follow up again with Ms. Adams, if you can recall?
I did not because Steph said not to worry about it.
Okay, because she was about to be fired. That's why Steph said, don't even worry about it. I'm getting her out of my house. So Mila came in bad faith, I just realized too, because her being mad of being invited and I guess uninvited to Miami, that was supposed to be the catalyst, but she was still, so she came in bad faith anyway, and then got the nerve to say Sonny is stealing. And you got a literal audit ran on you to show you are stealing. Did you think they're not gonna look? Now my only question is about those deleted texts. I don't understand. She said she deleted them, but they were in the report that guy pulled, but that guy said they could only recover deleted messages 30 days or less, but they recovered them 4 months after she said she deleted them. But the audit part, the financial audit, Mila was always bad faith. Like she was never, I don't understand why she brought all this attention to herself and she knew she was stealing the whole time.
Just one moment, I'm sorry, Heather. Testified that you followed up with Ms. Adams asking for the NDA on December 8th.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was incorrect. It was December 13th.
Okay, thank you. All right, no further questions, Your Honor. Counsel, care to inquire?
Just briefly, good afternoon now. Miss Goddard, have you ever been to Mr. Diggs' house in Dedham?
No.
No further questions.
Thank you, ma'am. You may.
Dang, so Mila, it's a totality of things. So when I say this, I'm not saying someone can't become a private chef if they haven't been formally trained. But I'm with the grifter theory, because she was not formally trained. She had her degree in something, like desk job-ish. I think it was something. I can't remember what she had her degree in. I don't know. But it was nothing to do with cooking. Then she did not go get formally trained to cook. When they said and then she said, well, I went out of the country to, I think, Italy and France. But she didn't really go into detail of, like, who did you train under? How long were you there? Like the stuff that, because there's a lot of chefs that will go over to, psychology. Thank you, Ace Moonshot. There's a lot of chefs that will go and train in another country, but you can kind of get the gist of they were really, really honestly training. And so, yeah, so already not even being an actual formally trained chef, coming in, stealing off the gate, then being one of the employees, I won't say employee with benefits. She wanted to be the only girlfriend employee. I'll say that. Messy, messy, messy.
Step down.
Okay.
Just watch your step. You remain standing and face the clock.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may sit or stand.
Just heads up, we're going to stop it on this witness. Like, we're going to listen to her whole testimony, stop after her, then have to do a part 2 for day 2, because I see more witnesses coming, and I need to be fully alert for all of these people. All right, here we go. Her friend. Now, is it her friend, or the one she demoted to associate friend?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name for the record and spell your first and your last name?
My name is Shai Charles. It's spelled Xiacharles.
Right. What do you do for a living, ma'am?
I own a hair salon and I braid hair, natural hair.
Yep. Okay, so she braids Stefon's hair. This is the demoted friend. Thank you. I remember the name Shai.
And where do you live?
I live in Brooklyn, New York.
You said you own a salon, do you have an actual physical location?
Yeah, I
And
do.
is that down in the New York City area as well?
Yes, it's in Crown Heights.
How many clients do you have roughly?
Too many to count. I have lots of clients.
Okay. Is one of them Stefon Diggs?
Yes, it is.
How do you know Mr. Diggs?
I started doing his hair when he played for the Buffalo Bills.
Do you know how many years ago that was?
I'm not good with dates, but whenever he last played for the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you actually do Mr. Diggs's hair, how long does that process actually take?
I'd estimate probably about 3 to 5 hours, anywhere between that. Yeah.
And where have you done Mr. Diggs's hair?
At his house. He travels a lot for work, so wherever he needs me to do his hair, I go.
Right. Is that true of other clients you have as well?
Yeah.
Have you been inside Mr. Diggs's house in Dedham?
Yes, I have.
All right. Do you know when he lived there?
I don't know when he occupied the space, but I could tell you the first time I went there to do his hair.
When was that?
It was when the season started with the Patriots, probably about July, September, around that time last year.
I love her accent.
So that'd be 2025?
Yeah.
Okay. And had you been in Mr. Diggs's and other clients' house to do their hair previously?
Yeah, I have lots of celebrity clients, and obviously they wouldn't want to come to the salon, so I go to them. So wherever they're at, I go meet them there, whether it's a hotel, their house, wherever.
All right. So it sounds like September or July, fall of last year was the first time you were in Mr. Diggs's home in Dedham, but not the first time previously.
Yeah, first time in Dedham, but not like elsewhere at his house. Wherever he lived before that, I would go.
Got it. And having done that, did you meet some of the people who were normally around?
Yes.
Do you know a person named Sonny?
Yes.
Who's that?
His assistant.
Right. Did you meet any other family members of Mr. Diggs?
Yeah. Everybody that's in the house, his brothers, his mom, everybody.
Okay. Do you ever meet a person named Mila Adams?
Yes, I have.
Who's that?
It was his chef at the time when I met her.
And so when did you meet Mila Adams?
At the same time, I went to the house for the first time, so like around July, September, whenever the season started with the Patriots.
Of last year?
Yeah.
Did you meet at the house?
Yeah.
And how much time were you at the house kind of the first time you met Miss Adams?
Probably like less than 24 hours or around that time, because I know I had a client the following day. So I just had to come do his hair. But that was late in the evening, and so I had to leave the following day. Yeah.
Okay. And so you met Miss Adams at that point, but did you speak to her?
I did, because I had to go to Walgreens to get some products. And so I asked anybody in the house if they needed anything. And Mila said she needed a sponge, a makeup sponge. And so I got her the sponge. When I came back to the house, she asked me how much money it was, and I told her it was okay. And that's the first interaction we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other further interaction with Miss Adams after that kind of initial 24-hour stay?
Yeah, when I came back to the house.
When was that?
I can't give you an exact date, but I could like estimate. So probably within 2 weeks, because he'll do his hair like every 2 to 3 weeks.
So about 2, maybe 3 weeks later?
Yeah.
You went back to the house in Dedham?
Yeah.
Was Miss Adams at the house in Dedham at that point?
Yeah.
And so did you speak more to her when you went back the second time?
Yeah. So can we go back? Because even after, because I don't
No,
know.
I'm sorry. Just
Okay.
I apologize, Miss
Yeah.
Charles. But
Yeah.
did you speak to Miss Adams again that second time you
Yeah,
went back
I
to
did.
the house?
We spoke more. Yeah.
All right. How much time did you spend with her that second time?
More time, like a longer time, because we were talking about food, and she wanted to come to New York to start her restaurant. And I'm a business owner, and we connected on the fact that she was a business owner. And I have like a big social media following, and I told her that she needs to do content. And I wanted to help her with her content so she could start her business. So we connected on that.
Did you end up helping her
Yeah.
with content?
Yeah.
Did you two stay in touch?
Yeah.
How long were you around at the house in Dedham that second time?
I can't tell you how long, honestly. I would stay longer if it had a game and we would go to the game together. But for however, because most times she'll be like the only female there and Sunny will come and go. And so I spent more time with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of following that time you spent together where you said you connected over being business owners,
Yeah.
did you two remain in contact?
Yeah.
And how did you do that?
We'll text, we'll send Instagram reels, we'll FaceTime.
So you guys exchanged phone numbers?
Yeah.
How much did you talk, you think, in the following weeks and months that fall?
A lot, because a lot. We talk about business, we'll gossip, we girls, so yeah.
It's probably I don't know how much she posts about stuff besides her business, but I know she has now seen how Sunny talked about her, and oh no, that's not my friend, that's an associate, and she over here trying to help Sunny get her business off the ground. I mean, help stop Sunny, Mila. She's trying to help Mila get her business off the ground. Oh my gosh, Mila is a user.
Did you ever spend more time together in person with Miss Adams?
Yeah, I took her back to my country. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, so I took her to Tobago. She spent time with my family, with my grandmother. Yeah, I actually bought her ticket to go to Tobago. So yeah.
When was that?
This was probably around Thanksgiving time.
End of November then?
Yeah. Whenever Thanksgiving was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Following that trip, do you remember where you went after that?
I came back to New York. We came back on the same flight. I came back to New York and she went to Boston.
Okay. Do you remember where you were on December 2nd?
Yeah, actually. I was in Target, like late evening.
What were you doing in Target?
I was shopping for ingredients because I was spending too much money on Ubers. So I was buying ingredients to cook, like groceries.
You're buying groceries at Target?
Yeah.
Was this okay? Now, was she buying groceries when she went back? Because December 2nd, she would have been at Stefon's house again, right? The Stefon that's supposed to have a private chef that should have the house stocked with some groceries to feed the guests, and has a private chef whose job it is to feed him and the guests, and she had to go get her own food to cook. Huh? Mila, you got some explaining to do.
What were you cooking?
So I wanted to make this like Cajun pasta with shrimp and like sausage. Mila had made it at the house and it was healthy. And so I wanted to cook that because I didn't want to buy Uber Eats. I didn't want to spend money on Uber Eats. And I just wanted to be healthier and cook. And so I wanted to make it like her. So I was going through the aisles and like picking up stuff and calling Mila or message, like I texted her a picture and asked her if it was this one, but she wasn't responding quick enough. So I FaceTime her.
All right. So let me break that down there for a minute. You're in Target. You're trying to purchase ingredients for a dinner that you had seen Mila cook.
Yeah.
You said at the house. Is that at the Dedham house?
Yeah.
All right. Did you say you were looking for, what was the ingredient you were looking for?
Like shrimp, but so she makes matcha as well. So I was trying to find out like what matcha to get, that specific one from tea dealers, shrimp, pasta, sausage, everything like that.
So you just said a moment ago that as you were trying to find ingredients, you started by taking a picture and sending it to Mila?
Yeah.
Do you remember what time that was at?
It was before 6 p.m. for sure, because I remember leaving my cart in Target to go pick up some dry cleaning for my boyfriend because I had to get it before it closed. So I actually left Target and came back to Target. So it was before 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm ready to, because everything now just sound like Mila wrong. Sorry, my bad. My bad. She was at her house. I see y'all. I see your messages.
What about a specific time? Do you remember exact times?
So the dry cleaners was in Brownsville, Target was at Gateway. So I got there probably minutes to 6. So probably like the end, like ending at 4 or 5 p.m. somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned a text message or a photograph of an ingredient you sent.
Yeah.
Was there any record of that?
Yeah, I took a picture and sent it to her.
All right. Would that have had the actual time?
Yeah. And
on
the
the
location.
message?
Yeah.
Do you think taking a look at a record might refresh your recollection of what time
Yeah.
you sent that photograph? Did you say yes?
Yes.
If I may approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
What I'm going to ask you to do, Ms. Charles, is
Yeah.
just take a look at that photograph. Okay? And I want you to look at that.
Yeah.
And after you've reviewed it, take a look up at me.
Yeah.
Having looked at that, does that refresh your recollection on what time
Yeah.
you actually began communicating with Miss Adams when you were in the Target?
Yes.
And what time is that?
It says 4:38 on the picture.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that consistent with your recollection of when you reached out to Miss Adams?
Yeah.
Now you said you started by texting and then you FaceTimed with Miss Adams?
Yeah.
What's FaceTime?
A video call app on every iPhone.
Had you FaceTime with Miss Adams previously?
Yeah.
And so describe how that looks. What's happening at that point when you're FaceTiming?
So I FaceTime her. I told her what I was doing. We spoke about the pasta, and all the ingredients I needed to get. And she was like, "Girl, I'm not going to Miami." And she said she's gonna go home to Atlanta for a couple days. Then she's gonna come to New York. Well, she's gonna go home to Atlanta, but she's gonna stop off in New York for a couple days.
All right, let me actually stop you there. I apologize, Ms. Charles. It was not a specific question. So you said you're in Target while this conversation is happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you see where Miss Adams was?
Yeah.
Where was she?
She was in the kitchen.
Kitchen of what?
Of the denim house.
And how do you know that?
Because I've been there before, so I know the layout of the house. And the faucet was running, and I could see the island in the background.
Okay. You just said she mentioned Miami. Did you notice anything about her face, her physical appearance when you had this FaceTime call?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Did you see any redness, swelling?
No.
Was she flush?
No.
Was she teary-eyed?
No.
Were there any bruise?
Dang, Mila. And that would have been really close to when things happened that day that she said she got open-handed, slapped on her face. And she wouldn't have, well, as long as they were actually being true and not witnesses weren't talking to each other and all this other stuff. If she's not compromised, that's another person that didn't see anything wrong with her face. But on top of that, take her testimony out, take the other ones out that didn't see anything wrong with Mila's face, and you still have her dashboard recording that didn't show anything crazy on Mila's face.
Bruises on her?
No.
You started to talk a little bit about places she said she was going.
Yeah.
Did you end up actually seeing Miss Adams that day?
Yeah. Because
following that conversation?
Yeah.
All right.
She said
where was that?
In New York, because she said she was stopping off in New York for a couple of days. I asked her where she was gonna stay. She said at a hotel. I'm like, girl, we friends. You don't have to stay at a hotel. You could stay at my place.
That makes me so sad. She's being used for her resources, her time, thinking she's building a friendship, and she's literally inviting this person into her home, calling, that's to her friend, and Mila up there on the stand saying, that's an associate. I don't know her like that.
Did you actually see her that night? Did she stay at your place?
Yeah.
So where'd you first see her?
At the airport.
What airport?
LaGuardia.
And what were you doing out there?
I went to pick her up.
What time did you pick her up from LaGuardia Airport?
She told me she was lying at 11, so I got there like minutes to 11. I had to wait because I think her flight was delayed. Yeah, her flight was delayed. So I waited there for like 45 minutes.
And so, did you end up seeing Miss Adams? Did she actually get in your car?
Yeah.
You picked her up from LaGuardia Airport? When she got in your car, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
Mm-mm.
Did you notice anything about her appearance?
No.
Was there any bruising on her at that point?
No.
What were you doing when you
Uh,
picked Miss Adams up?
We went to go pick up my friend Tali in Queens, and we were just chilling in the car. We were just like singing and just talking.
Anything out of the ordinary about either Miss Adams or your friend Tali's demeanor?
No.
What's your friend Tali's name, if you know?
Her name is Natalia Moses.
Okay. Your car, what kind of car do you drive?
Mercedes-Benz GLE 63S.
Is there any kind of aftermarket systems that's equipped with?
It parks for itself.
Nice. Let me ask you this. Does your car have video?
Yeah. Well, I install dash cam in my car.
Oh, you put the dash cam in. That
Yeah.
didn't come with the car itself?
No.
Got it. What I'm going to ask is if we could pull up video 2, I believe, from what has been marked exhibit number 5.
And then what's crazy, let's say Mila's mad because, and you really shouldn't be that upset, but Mila's mad because the dash cam was given to defense prosecution or whoever was able to, say you have to give us this evidence. She may not have done that by choice. It might have been through court order. She had to give up the recording. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, Mila seemed like she was not talking about her like dirt, but slightly above dirt.
Clean floors, so to say, the honest check. Broken boys more like one of them.
If we could pause it right there. All right. So this is actually, for the record, the first video in exhibit number 5, Ms. Charles. Looking at this, we've played 14 seconds. Do you recognize what we're looking at?
Yes.
What is that?
That's Mila in my car. Dash cam video.
All right. And that video, does that fairly accurately represent kind of the drive you guys had?
Yeah.
All right. There's a timestamp down here at the bottom. It says 11:48 and 18 seconds p.m.
Yeah.
Is that consistent with your recollection of kind of after you had picked Mila up from the airport?
Yeah.
What I'm going to ask Ms. Silva to do is go to the next video down on that list. I'm going to ask Ms. Silva to pause it real quick by hitting the space bar. Thank you. So, looking at video number 2, it looks like the timestamp on the bottom says December 3rd, 24 minutes.
Yeah.
Watching that video, what are we seeing in the video?
We were listening to Cranes in the Sky by Solange, and we were just talking about what the song was about.
Got it.
Yeah.
So when we say,
I love that song, by the way. I love her, that album and the album that came after that.
when you say there, we, who is we?
My friend Natalia Moses and Mila Adams in the car.
All right. So where we paused it, it's a little hard to see, but is your testimony that Miss Moses was in the car?
Yeah.
Who's in the front seat here?
Mila Adams.
So was Miss Moses in the back seat of your car?
Yes.
Okay. What did the three of you do that night?
We went to Jersey. I have a house in Jersey City, so we went to Jersey City.
And what did you do?
Drink, eat wings, and watch TV, just chill.
All right. Did you end up staying or sleeping in Jersey City, or did you sleep somewhere else?
No, I went back to my apartment in Brooklyn.
Who went back to your apartment in Brooklyn?
Me, Tally, and Mila.
And what time do you think you got back?
I'd estimate probably like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning.
All right, so early in the morning.
Yeah.
That entire time span that we're talking about, there's your description of what you just did: eat, drink, have some wings, and hang out. Is that a fair description of what you did that night?
Yeah.
All right. Where'd you sleep that night?
I slept on the couch downstairs, and Mila and Tally slept upstairs in my bedroom.
Okay. Do you remember how long Miss Adams ended up staying at your house?
Probably like a week, a little over a week.
All right. That night in Jersey City and back at your apartment in Brooklyn, did you have the opportunity to observe Miss Adams?
Probably the morning we got up. Yeah, because we girls, so we get dressed in front of each other. So yeah, the day of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say you get dressed in front of each other, did you actually see Miss Adams without clothes on as you were getting dressed?
With a towel on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you observe any bruising, redness on
No.
her neck or chest?
No.
Did you observe anything on her face?
No.
I'm going to ask Ms. Silva if we can actually play the third video.
I was waiting on it. I was like, there's a clear picture or clear video in here somewhere because we had seen it before. I think they made Mila watch it. This is Mila. It's a very nice video. This is December 3rd, 2025, a day after the alleged assault would have happened. And I'm open to correction if I got the date wrong on when the alleged assault happened.
And so I'm going to pause it right there and just ask you, so this image, is that a fair and accurate representation of how Miss Adams looked that day on December 3rd?
Yeah.
That video kind of depicts how she looked.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Silva. Anytime the day of December 3rd, did you notice bruising developing, redness, any kind of physical marks on Miss Adams?
No.
On December 4th, 5th, 6th, did you notice any of that?
No.
Did Ms. Adams ever tell you that she had been assaulted or strangled?
No.
Did she ever mention any kind of an attack?
No.
Do you remember when she left?
Can't give you the exact date, but probably like somewhere between the 9th, 10th, or 11th. Either one of those dates.
Okay. And after Miss Adams left, actually, let me back up, strike that. So if she got there on December 2nd, she left on the 9th, 10th, or 11th, is it fair to say she was down there for a week, maybe a little bit more?
Yeah.
All right. After she left, did you see her again?
Yeah, I saw her afterwards.
Soon afterwards? Where was that?
In Boston.
And in Boston, where were you?
Where was I in Boston?
Yeah.
At the house in Dedham.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah.
I understand. So you saw her again at the house in Dedham?
Yeah.
This is the time I was thinking of that she came back in December to braid his hair when I thought it was December 2nd, but she was still in New York when Shy was still in New York. I thought Shy was at the house then, but this is the day I was thinking of and got it mixed up because I remember Mila got very snippy about Shy coming on one of the days in December, and that's when my brain was stuck on.
And when was that?
Probably the 13th. Yeah, the 12th or the 13th, because I had to go do his hair.
Okay. What Was there some sort of time sensitive pressure about doing his hair?
Because he had to leave to go to Miami. So I had to go do his hair. Yeah.
Okay.
I had to do his hair. Probably had a game. He probably had a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me back you up. Miss Adams leaves New York.
Yeah.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
And your testimony was that you think it was on the 13th. You saw her again?
Yeah. Either 12, 13, 14, somewhere there. I'm not good with dates.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was
at the house in Dedham.
All right.
Yeah.
What were you doing in the house in Dedham?
I had to do his hair.
Who was in the house in Dedham?
His mom, Mila, me. I think Marshawn was there. Yeah. Yeah, that's who I can remember being in the house.
Okay. Did you do Mr. Diggs's hair that day?
Yeah.
What time of day?
It was late evening.
On the evening then?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
How long did doing his hair take?
Okay, before we go on with how long this hair took, I feel sorry for her too, because I feel like at this time she was speaking in present tense that she and Mila were girls, they're friends. I'm helping her. And then, because the witnesses can't see what the other witnesses testify to. And then she, at some point, saw Mila's testimony, or someone showed her the highlights of what Mila was saying about her.
Between 3 and 5 hours.
And so, do you remember when you finished doing his hair roughly?
It was late that night. Yeah, like probably 10, 11, somewhere there.
What did you do after you finished doing Mr. Diggs's hair that night?
I slept on the couch because I had a flight 6 a.m. that morning.
6 a.m. the following morning or that morning?
So I did his hair the night. I stayed downstairs on the couch. I was laying on the couch on my phone. I stayed down there because I had a flight early the next morning.
Got it.
Yeah.
When you were down on the couch, what happened?
Like later into the night, Mila came downstairs and she was just talking about stuff that happened earlier in the day.
All right. Let me back you up there for a moment. Did you see anything unusual on the evening of December 13th when you were doing Mr. Diggs's hair?
Yeah. So I was behind the couch. He was on the couch with Miss Stephanie. We were watching a Netflix comedy special, and we were just there kicking it. He was on his phone. Mila was in the back of us, like in a little dining area. She was on her phone, and she shouts over to him, "Yo, Steph, when am I gonna get my money?" And he responds, "I think you spoke to the accountant." And her demeanor changed. His demeanor kind of changed, but I wasn't paying any attention to it. I was just doing my job. So after a while, she moves from behind on the dining table and she comes to the front, like on the side, like a love seat area thing. And she was there on her phone and she was just like laughing really loud. I don't want to imply anything, but like you can tell.
So
Okay,
let me stop you right there. You said she's over on her phone. She was laughing really loud.
Yeah.
Was she watching the comedy special?
No, she was just on her phone.
Okay. So you said later that night or the next morning, you spoke to her again?
Yeah, like in the probably midnight, 1 a.m.-ish. Yeah, she came downstairs and we were talking.
When she came downstairs, was there anybody else downstairs?
No, just me and her.
And what did she tell you when she came downstairs?
She asked me if he was annoyed.
She asked you if
if he was annoyed.
And that's Mr. Diggs?
Yeah.
Did she tell you she was going to do anything?
Yeah, she was trying to antagonize him while she was on the couch, like trying to get beneath his skin, and she was
Sustained.
Okay.
So let me ask you this way: did she indicate when she came downstairs that she was going to do anything? Did she tell you she was going to take any action?
Yeah, she said she was going to sue him.
For what?
For the money that he owes her, and like she gonna take it to the blog. She gonna
take it to the block.
Blogs.
Got it.
Yeah. It was like an hour-long conversation, so it was a lot.
Hang on,
so-
man.
Let me stop you there. For
Oh,
1
sorry.
minute.
That's okay.
So, do you remember her saying that she was going to make him pay?
Yeah.
Do you remember her saying anything about a hostile work environment?
Yeah.
Let me have 1 moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
I want to see the jury's faces so bad.
A couple things I want to follow up with. Ms. Charles. Did Ms. Adams, prior to her coming down that night, 1 a.m., and having this conversation with you, did she tell you that she'd been assaulted? She heard anything about a strangulation or an assault?
No.
That night, when she was talking about the suing Mr. Diggs,
Yeah.
did she say that she had been assaulted?
No.
I want to back up down to kind of early in your testimony. You said you have a dash camera in your car.
Mhm.
How long have you had that?
Probably a little after my birthday, which is September. So, yeah. Probably end of September, beginning of October.
Okay, why do you have that?
Because people are scamming in New York, insurance fraud. Like they hit your car, they see you have a nice car, and they try to get money out of you.
In New York, you said?
Yeah.
I don't have any further questions.
Commonwealth, care to inquire?
Good afternoon, Ms. Charles.
Afternoon.
So you've been doing Mr. Diggs' hair, you said every 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah.
For how long?
So I started doing his hair when he was at the Buffalo Bills. And then last year, like a little before the Met Gala last year is when like I started doing it consistently.
Okay, so for more than 1 year you've been doing it, or?
Yeah.
And that's you said like a 3 to 5 hour appointment every 2 to 3 weeks? How much do you get paid when you do that?
It depends on the style that I do. It could range from $600 to probably $1,500.
And you said that sometimes you go to the games afterwards.
Yeah.
How many times has that happened?
I went twice when I was in Dedham, once in New York, and once at the Super Bowl.
And you also said that at least on one occasion you slept over his house. Did you sleep over his house often, or?
No.
When did you meet Ms. Adams?
Probably August, September.
So at the time when she went to New York, you'd known her for 2-3 months, something like that?
Probably, yeah.
And you'd known him for over a year?
Yeah.
And you'd seen him every 2 to 3 weeks for 3 to 5 hours?
Yeah.
So is it fair to say you knew him better than you knew her?
No, because we have a client service provider relationship. So I wouldn't say that's subjective.
When
I
you're
don't think so.
doing his hair, do you talk to him?
I keep it professional. So just how's the game, stuff like that. Nothing in his personal life.
If I may, 1 moment. Nothing further.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Charles.
Thank you.
I know it doesn't matter because it still could have happened, but she does seem like she has no emotional connection to Stefon. Like it really is. I'm coming to braid your hair and I'm going home. Yeah, she his question just isn't going over well with any of them. Mila is some dirty work. She'll never get another job as a celebrity unless they're under a rock. I don't see her getting a job as a celebrity either. Now she's lost her word of mouth with it, which again, when you're a contract worker, and you're trying to, especially be in those circles, word of mouth is everything. Whew. We're gonna end here though, and then there's another witness coming back when we see. This is the next witness. When we come back for part 2, if it'll happen. Hold on.
Picked you up
So that'll be the next witness we see. Oh, Mila, girl, I see how the jury didn't need a lot of time. All right, but that's it for tonight, y'all. I'm gonna go read it till I fall asleep. But I enjoyed this. Thank you for correcting me because I gotta keep it accurate. Thank you for the interaction, the supplemental commentary that helps flesh out everything so we can kind of be on the same page. And if someone's, just in the bushes, they can see not just what my opinion is and what I'm saying, but what y'all give, because y'all are like, y'all are on it. Bam Bam even went back to try to watch the testimony from yesterday to make sure we got it straight. So yeah, I definitely appreciate it. So I will see y'all tomorrow morning for a body cam reaction, and then we'll see from there. All right, bye.